I attended a class called Foundation, and I had a lot of things going on in my life that didn't really work. And one thing was relationship, especially with my mom and my dad.
My mother-in-law was not an easy person to be related to, and I used to spend like all this time in my head, you know, going, oh, if only she wasn't like this, if only she wasn't doing that, if only, and basically a huge amount of time fighting with her in my head.
I was gonna most likely have a conversation that ended up in a discussion, most likely unpleasant, and often I had to leave within like 2 hours. I could not take more. I'd use my dog as well, so I have to go. She needs to go out.
And then my husband and I, we'd talk about how are we going to handle this and how are we going to handle that.
And I would come home and I had to lay down and have a nap. I was so exhausted. I felt like all my energy was drained.
And one of the things my mother-in-law used to do was suddenly erupt in like massive anger, directing it at, I mean, it was just always out of the blue. You never knew what was going on that started it.
So I wasn't necessarily looking forward to the next time I needed to meet her. And I often try to avoid it and look, can I do it next week, next month, or maybe 2 months?
When I went to my foundation class, I learned this tool called Interesting Point of View. And I started using it, and it's really easy. It's about being in allowance of everything and not having a point of view about it.
I was driving a car, I knew tomorrow I'll meet my mom again. I was like, oh, the first reaction was like, oh, and then, oh, wait a second, I heard something in foundation. What was that? Oh, when you are gonna meet somebody that you have a point of view of, like, that will take all your energy. Oh, my mom. I'm like, oh, my mom. There's endless amount of energy, like around us, a lot of energy. So they said, oh, you take the energy from the universe through you and flow it to her. And I was like, I can't just flow it. I have to do this tsunami because she has like, oh.
And so we were having dinner and she erupted. And it was like this massive anger and stuff. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting that she's choosing this. And I had no reaction to it because I wasn't fighting her. I was just in allowance that she was choosing that.
So I did this in the car just for a second, like, oh, that's just flow energy, flow energy. I was a red light and I was like, oh, let's do this. And the next day I was with her. And I came in her house and we started talking. And the funny part is we had quite a good conversation. I didn't even notice that the time passed by. And then I had another appointment, so I had to go.
And I just was like, that's so interesting. And it lasted 30 seconds. Usually, you know, whichever one of us it was directed at, we'd push back against her and it would be like this ongoing thing. And instead, she just like, she lost steam and she looked kind of puzzled. And that was it.
And then I came home to my boyfriend and we started talking about Croatia and doing stuff. And he looked at me, did you not visit your mom? Did you cancel? I'm like, no, why? And I kept on talking and talking. He was like, because I've never seen you energized ever or happy when you come. You always just go and sleep. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Because I hadn't realized in that moment, oh, that changed.
And so I found, wow, interesting point of view. When you're willing to be that space, you can change all kinds of stuff that you never thought was possible.
So I'm like, well, now I have a tool that works very different, much easier, and I had so much fun. And I was like, wow, can it really be this easy? So I can just say my relationship with my mom definitely changed and having much more ease with it. So, and I still take my dog with me, so.